Kwame decided it was time to unveil the truth about the source of his unexpected wealth. Gathering the villagers in the same square where accusations had once echoed, Kwame held up the magical artifact, a shimmering beacon of truth. With a twinkle in his eye, he explained how the artifact had the power to generate wealth, but it came at a price that had unintentionally turned Akua into a lizard. The realization hit the villagers like a splash of cold water. Mama Ngozi, the chief gossip, felt the weight of her speculative tales, and the villagers, realizing the error of their accusations, hung their heads in collective remorse. Once upon a time, in a village so cozy it could make a bunny feel overdressed, there lived Kwame and Akua. They were the kind of couple who could turn a simple dinner into a dance party and a quiet evening into a laugh-out-loud comedy show. Their laughter echoed through the village, causing even the chickens to cluck with joy. Kwame was known for his slightly crooked smile, which he claimed was a souvenir from a wrestling match with a particularly stubborn coconut. Akua, on the other hand, had a giggle that could melt ice cream on a chilly day. Together, they were the power couple of happiness, bringing sunshine to even the gloomiest corners of their village. Now, the village itself was so small that even Google Maps gave up trying to find it. But that's what made it special. Everyone knew everyone, and secrets were as rare as a cat who loves water. One fine day, as Kwame was casually digging in his garden, pretending to be a superhero battling the evil forces of weeds, he stumbled upon a peculiar-looking object. It glittered with the intensity of a disco ball at a dance-off, catching Kwame's attention faster than a pizza delivery guy ringing the doorbell. Being a curious soul, Kwame decided to investigate. Little did he know that this random discovery was about to turn his and Akua's world upside down, much like a roller coaster ride after one too many servings of Grandma's spicy jollof rice. The mysterious object, as it turned out, was a magical artifact with more power than a toddler hopped up on candy. Kwame, oblivious to the enchanting forces at play, thought he'd hit the jackpot, perhaps the universe's way of apologizing for the time he accidentally wore mismatched socks to the village dance. News of Kwame's newfound wealth spread faster than gossip during a knitting club meeting. Suddenly, the modest couple found themselves in possession of more riches than a dragon guarding a treasure trove. And let's not even talk about the villagers, who lined up at their doorstep faster than you can say, free ice cream. The once humble home of Kwame and Akua transformed into a scene from a blockbuster movie. People were rolling in money like it was a giant haystack, and the laughter in their house became even more infectious than a contagious case of the giggles. Little did they know that their accidental discovery would take them on a wild ride, with more twists and turns than a roller coaster designed by a hyperactive mathematician. But for now, in the heart of their cozy village, Kwame and Akua were the reigning champions of joy, with a windfall that had them dancing through life like nobody was watching. And so, their extraordinary adventure began, one laughter-filled day at a time. Their story spread like wildfire in their village, where gossip flowed like water from a leaky tap. There was no one more skilled at turning a simple whisper into a hurricane of rumors than Mama Ngozi. Mama Ngozi was the village gossip extraordinaire, armed with an uncanny ability to pick up details faster than a nosy cat stalking a mouse. It didn't take long for Mama Ngozi's radar to pick up on the windfall that had befallen Kwame and Akua. Like a wildfire fueled by curiosity, she started gossiping about hidden treasures, mystical encounters, and secret alliances with leprechauns. According to Mama Ngozi, Kwame was the village's very own Aladdin, with a magical lamp hidden somewhere in his backyard. As the rumors spread, they reached the ears of Chief Ose, the village leader, who was as skeptical as a cat staring at a cucumber. Chief Ose wasn't the type to believe in fairy tales or magical artifacts. He believed in hard work, community spirit, and the occasional nap under the shade of a mango tree. With furrowed brows and a sense of duty that rivaled a librarian shushing noisy patrons, Chief Ose decided it was time for an inquiry. He summoned Kwame and Akua to the village square, where an impromptu court session unfolded faster than a toddler unwrapping a present. In the midst of it all, the villagers gathered like an audience at a mystery play, each armed with their own theories about the source of Kwame's sudden wealth. Some believed he'd discovered a treasure map hidden in an old book, while others were convinced he'd struck a deal with a genie. As Chief Osei questioned Kwame and Akua with the intensity of a detective interrogating a suspect, the atmosphere became a blend of seriousness and hilarity. Kwame, with his crooked smile, tried his best to explain the magical artifact without sounding like a character from a fantasy novel. Akua's infectious giggle echoed through the village square, turning the inquiry into a comedy skit that even Shakespeare would envy. The villagers, unable to resist the allure of gossip, whispered and chuckled among themselves. It was like a game of Chinese whispers, where the truth morphed into a fantastical tale with each passing year. In the end, the village square resembled a carnival, with laughter, speculation, and the occasional goat bleat adding to the chaos. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Chief Osei, still scratching his head like a confused mathematician, decided to suspend the inquiry for the day. The mystery of Kwame's windfall remained unsolved, but the village was buzzing with anticipation for the next act in this extraordinary tale. And so, as the villagers dispersed, each carrying their version of the story like a treasured secret, Kwame and Akua returned home with a mix of amusement and bewilderment. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first to experience the thrill of our next story. Share with fellow adventure seekers and let's keep the excitement going. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village, Kwame and Akua returned home, blissfully unaware that their lives were about to take a turn stranger than a cat trying to understand quantum physics. Inside their once humble abode, adorned with newfound riches, Kwame and Akua were enjoying a quiet evening, reminiscing about the day's village square drama. Little did they know that the mysterious artifact had more tricks up its enchanted sleeve than a magician at a children's birthday party. In the midst of laughter and storytelling, something peculiar happened. Akua, mid-sentence, suddenly felt a strange tingling sensation, as if a mischievous sprite had decided to play tag on her skin. The room shimmered with a faint glow, and before Kwame's bewildered eyes, Akua transformed into a small, emerald-green lizard. Kwame's jaw dropped faster than a banana peel on a slippery floor. He stared at Akua, who was now a tiny lizard perched on the armrest of the luxurious golden sofa. It was the kind of shock that made time stop, like a toddler caught red-handed with chocolate smeared all over their face. The once lively room fell into an eerie silence, broken only by the bewildered chirps of the crickets outside. Kwame, now wearing the expression of a bewildered owl, cautiously approached Akua, who blinked her lizard eyes in what seemed like surprise. The couple exchanged glances, unsure whether to burst into laughter or dive into panic mode. It was a surreal moment, akin to a sitcom where reality took an unexpected coffee break. Meanwhile, outside their mansion, the villagers, who had been eagerly waiting for the next chapter in the Kwame and Akua saga, noticed something was amiss. Whispers and gasps spread like wildfire as news of Akua's lizardly transformation reached the curious ears of Mama Ngozi and her trusty gossip crew. The village square transformed into a spectacle, with villagers peeking through windows and over fences to catch a glimpse of the lizard lady. The once humorous situation took a darker turn, as murmurs of Kwame using Akua for money rituals echoed through the crowd. Chief Osei, who had been scratching his head earlier, now furrowed his brow even more, contemplating whether to reopen the inquiry or call in the village priest for an emergency consultation. The rumors, like an uncontrolled domino effect, grew wilder with each passing moment. Some speculated that Kwame had unleashed a curse by tampering with magical artifacts, while others believed he had exchanged Akua for wealth with mystical creatures. In the midst of the chaos, Kwame, still trying to comprehend the lizard situation, found himself at the center of a storm brewed by gossip, fear, and misunderstanding. And so, as the village plunged into a frenzy of speculation and drama, Kwame and his lizardly Akua faced a challenge stranger than any they had encountered before. Little did they know that the enchanted artifact had more surprises in store, and the stage was set for a tale that would test the limits of laughter, love, and the unexpected magic woven into their extraordinary journey. As the village buzzed with whispers of dark magic and money rituals, Chief Osei, with a seriousness that could rival a librarian searching for a missing book, decided it was time to unravel the mystery surrounding Kwame and Akua. The village square, once a place of laughter and joy, now became a courtroom of skepticism, with Chief Osei presiding as the unintentional judge of the peculiar case. With furrowed brows and a stern expression that could intimidate even the most mischievous goat, Chief Osei announced his decision to investigate Kwame for alleged dark practices. The villagers, their curiosity piqued, gathered in a semicircle around the village square, awaiting the unfolding drama with bated breath. Enter Dr. Jaja, a self-proclaimed witch doctor who had a flair for drama and a wardrobe filled with outfits that would make a peacock jealous. Dr. Jaja, adorned with beads, feathers, and a walking stick that looked like it had seen more ceremonies than a graduation cap, strutted into the village square like a peacock ready to impress. The villagers, wide-eyed and ready for a spectacle, watched as Chief Osei introduced Dr. Jaja as the investigator tasked with unraveling the mystery of Akua's lizardly transformation. Dr. Jaja, with a twirl of his mustache that rivaled a circus ringmaster's entrance, declared, "Fear not, good people. Dr. Jaja is here to bring clarity to the midst of confusion." Kwame, standing in the center of the village square, couldn't help but chuckle at the theatrical display. He greeted Dr. Jaja with a friendly smile, which only seemed to confuse the self-proclaimed witch doctor father. It was a clash of worlds, the mystical aura of Dr. Jaja versus the down-to-earth humor of Kwame. The investigation began with a series of rituals that involved chanting, dancing, and the occasional tossing of mystical herbs into the air. Villagers watched with a mix of amusement and skepticism, wondering if Dr. Jaja's antics would truly reveal the source of Kwame's newfound wealth and Akua's unexpected transformation. Kwame, ever the comedian, played along with the investigation, making light-hearted jokes about the village's newfound fascination with magic. His witty remarks and infectious laughter turned the serious inquiry into a comedy show, leaving the villagers torn between believing in the supernatural and embracing the absurdity of it all. The village drama unfolded like a theatrical performance, with Kwame as the unintentional lead actor and Dr. Jaja as the eccentric investigator desperately trying to maintain a mysterious facade. As the rituals continued and the laughter echoed through the village, Chief Osei found himself torn between maintaining order and joining in the merriment. The line between seriousness and humor blurred, creating a peculiar atmosphere where reality and fantasy danced a lively jig. With the village square still resonating with laughter and echoes of Dr. Jaja's mystical theatrics, Kwame and Akua faced a peculiar challenge that was no laughing matter: Akua's unexpected transformation into a lizard. Determined to find Akua and restore Akua to her human form, Kwame embarked on a quest, accompanied by Nia, the village's resident problem solver with a knack for creative solutions. The duo set out on a journey that felt like a cross between a treasure hunt and a whimsical adventure. Armed with determination and a sprinkle of humor, they sought the guidance of the wise old man, a character shrouded in mystery and known for his eccentric remedies. Deep within the mystical forest, where trees whispered secrets and fireflies served as lanterns, Kwame and Nia stumbled upon the wise old man's dwelling, the quirky cottage covered in vines, with a sign that read, "Solutions for the unusual, guaranteed or your laughter back." The wise old man, with a beard that rivaled a tumbleweed in a desert breeze, welcomed them with a twinkle in his eye. He listened to their tale of lizardly surprises and magical artifacts with a knowing smile, as if the universe had personally handed him a script for the most peculiar play of the year. In his raspy voice, the wise old man suggested a series of remedies that sounded more like ingredients for a potion than practical solutions. From dancing under the moonlight to chanting ancient rhymes, each suggestion left Kwame and Nia with a mix of skepticism and amusement. Undeterred, the duo decided to explore the mystical cures suggested by various characters they encountered on their quest. First on the list was Grandma Ya, the village's expert in herbal concoctions. Armed with a basket of leaves and roots that resembled a wizard's pantry, Grandma Ya concocted a potion that promised to reverse magical mishaps. As Akua reluctantly sipped the potion, the village watched with bated breath, hopeful that Grandma's herbal magic would work wonders. Alas, instead of a miraculous transformation, Akua let out a series of hiccup-like sounds, leaving everyone puzzled and amused. Next up was Kofi the trickster, who claimed to have a direct line to the spirit world. With an elaborate display of smoke, mirrors, and a tambourine that seemed to have a mind of its own, Kofi attempted to summon ancient spirits to reverse Akua's lizardly fate. The only spirits that appeared, however, were those of laughter, as Kofi's antics had the villagers in stitches. The quest for Akua continued, with each attempt becoming more comical than the last. From a so-called magical tickling feather to a reverse enchantment dance-off, Kwame and Akua embraced the absurdity of their journey with humor and resilience. As the village became a stage for laughter and experimentation, the couple's bond grew stronger. The unpredictability of their quest became a testament to the extraordinary nature of their love, with each failed remedy adding a chapter to the village's collection of folklore. As the quest for Akua unfolded in a whirlwind of laughter and eccentric remedies, the atmosphere in the village began to change. The initial amusement and curiosity surrounding Kwame and Akua's enchanting journey slowly morphed into whispers of skepticism and doubt. The villagers, once united in joy, now found themselves divided by suspicion. Mama Ngozi's gossip sessions grew more intense, resembling a courtroom where verdicts were passed based on the juiciest rumors. The once close community turned into a collection of wary glances and hushed conversations. Kwame and Akua, who were once the heart of the village's laughter, now felt the weight of isolation. The couple, trying to maintain their light-hearted spirit, found themselves facing judgmental gazes and sidelong glances. Kwame, with his crooked smile, attempted to crack jokes to lighten the mood, but the laughter that used to echo through the village square now seemed like a distant memory. Maintaining their newfound lifestyle amidst the growing village drama became a balancing act for Kwame. The once adoring crowd now questioned every glittering possession, suspecting foul play and magical mischief. The golden carriage that once symbolized joy now felt like a gilded cage, trapping them in the judgmental eyes of their neighbors. Akua, in her lizard form, struggled with the emotional toll of social isolation. The once vibrant soul, known for her infectious laughter, now found solace in quiet corners, away from the scrutinizing gazes of the villagers. The golden mansion, adorned with riches, felt empty compared to the warmth of the communal spirit they had once cherished. The emotional weight on the couple's shoulders grew heavier with each passing day. Akua's eyes, though lizard-like, mirrored the sadness within, and Kwame's attempts to shield her from the village's disapproval felt like building sandcastles against an incoming tide. The village, gripped by a contagious skepticism, cast shadows over Kwame and Akua's love story. The once unbreakable bond faced the challenge of withstanding the storm of judgment and isolation. Despite the hardships, Kwame clung to humor as his lifeline, cracking jokes like a comedian performing to a tough crowd. He transformed their mansion into a stage, hoping to recreate the laughter that had once united the village. But the echoes of skepticism drowned out the humor, leaving a somber undertone in the air. As Akua grappled with her lizard form, the couple faced the harsh reality that their extraordinary journey had taken an unexpected turn. The villagers, unaware of the emotional turmoil within the Golden Mansion, continued to fuel the whispers of suspicion, deepening the divide between the once thriving community and the couple who had unintentionally become the epicenter of village drama. Share this fascinating video. Let's reach 1,000 subscribers together and empower more lives. As the village simmered with skepticism and whispers, a plot twist unfolded that would leave everyone in awe. One fateful day, as the sun painted the sky in hues of warm orange, Kwame decided it was time to unveil the truth about the source of his unexpected wealth. Gathering the villagers in the same square where accusations had once echoed, Kwame held up the magical artifact, a shimmering beacon of truth. With a twinkle in his eye, he explained how the artifact had the power to generate wealth, but it came at a price that had unintentionally turned Akua into a lizard. The realization hit the villagers like a splash of cold water. The golden carriage, the lavish mansion, and the seemingly enchanted lifestyle were not the result of dark practices or magical rituals. Instead, they were the outcome of a simple man stumbling upon a mystical artifact in his garden. Mama Ngozi, the chief gossip, felt the weight of her speculative tales, and the villagers, realizing the error of their accusations, hung their heads in collective remorse. The square, once filled with judgmental whispers, now echoed with the silence of revelation. Kwame, with his trademark crooked smile, addressed the villagers with a humor that had weathered the storm of skepticism. "Dear friends, it appears we've had a bit of a misunderstanding," he chuckled. "Turns out, the real magic was in our laughter all along, not in some mystical mumbo-jumbo." The villagers, humbled by the revelation, began to see the truth. Their misguided accusations had caused more harm than good, and now they faced the challenge of rebuilding the community spirit that had been fractured by suspicion. Attempts to make amends took various forms: apologetic smiles, sincere gestures, and a collective effort to restore the once close bonds of the village. The Golden Mansion, once a symbol of envy, became a shared space for communal gatherings, laughter, and reconciliation. As for Akua, her lizardly form began to show signs of transformation. The emotional weight that had turned her into a recluse lifted, and with the support of the villagers, she embraced her quirky lizard state with newfound pride. Kwame, the unintentional hero of the village drama, forgave the community with a generosity that matched his humor. The Golden Mansion, once a place of isolation, became a hub of joy and unity. The villagers, realizing the true source of their shared happiness, gathered around Kwame and Akua like a family reunited after a storm. And so, as the sun set on the village, casting a warm glow on the rekindled bonds, Kwame and Akua's extraordinary adventure took a final turn, a turn towards redemption, forgiveness, and the enduring magic of laughter. The villagers, once divided by suspicion, now stood united in the shared realization that sometimes, the most enchanting tales are those spun from the threads of understanding, forgiveness, and the resilience of a community that laughs together even in the face of the unexpected. That's a wrap. If you're hungry for more intriguing stories, check out our next video. Click here.